Grown Man Record Night is broadcast in front of a live studio audience.
Hey everybody, welcome to Grown Man Record Night.
It's just the cue.
It's just the cue.
It's just the cue.
We appreciate you joining us here on this Friday night. It's been a crazy night in
the world.
In the world, in many ways. And we're glad to have Steve Fever back with us. It's been a little bit since you've been here with us.
Yeah.
On the program show.
It's been a few weeks.
It's a few weeks.
A few weeks.
You've been doing big time business.
Not really. Not really. Had some family business. We went to a football game.
Football.
On a Friday night.
Hut.
Doesn't always happen like that, but
I
it happened.
said hut.
Wake Forest, Louisville.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was fun. It was fun. We had a good time. They lost, but
yeah,
it was fun.
Still a good time at the football game.
Wake Forest. We have season tickets to what's called the Hill. They have a hill they never put seats in, and so
it's like a blanket.
Families come and lay blankets, and for a season, you can get 2 children and 2 adults for a pretty darn good price.
You can buy people?
No, you don't buy people.
You don't buy people.
Tickets.
No.
And then last week I had a gig. It was actually here in High Point.
Oh yeah, the rock and roll gig.
Everybody's like, yeah, you guys are great. You guys need to come, but you need to come on Saturday night. Saturday night's the night you need to be here. That's when all the people are here. So I was like, yeah, I've played this place a few times, and it's fun to play.
Yeah.
Good sound guy. He's a little heavy on the echo and reverb on Plant's voice, but, you know, other than that, it's a good place to play. I enjoy playing there, and I don't have to bring a bunch of gear because
they get their own sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So it was a good gig?
It was a good gig.
That was a good gig.
We're going to try and get in on a Saturday night.
Go play some AC/DC?
A lot of AC/DC. A lot of AC/DC.
Had something weird this week happen. I came home and these speakers that we use here in the studio, a part of like a rack system I got, you know, like a big stereo system when I was in 8th grade for Christmas.
Techniques, an old Techniques system.
It's a Techniques system. These are Techniques A51 speakers.
They sound great.
They're great. They've literally been with me since 8th grade and lasted through cameraman and myself's college days.
It's about a 4-foot speaker.
They're huge.
They're skinny, but they're huge.
But not the skinny ones.
They're not skinny, but they're not like big. You know what I'm saying? They're not like they're skinny for their height.
But they lasted not only through my teenage years at home. Then I moved them into the dorm. Me and cameraman when we went to NC State, we used them there. We had an apartment, had them there. Had it in my house when I was in my 20s, when I probably should have lit them on fire at some point.
I've still got my speakers from when I was in high school.
And it took
in my basement.
Stupid cat that I've got here in the house, tipped it over, crushed the icy cup that used to be behind me, and it damaged the. She had already damaged the mid range, like cut through it, and the woofer fell and kind of mushed it in. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's been it's really tore me up because those speakers mean a lot to me, and I'm going to figure out a way to fix them. But it's just sucked ass, man. I know the way to describe it.
Why do you have a cat in your house?
Because 2 people that will remain nameless talked me into letting the goddamn motherfucker come in here and live.
Right.
And now I'm dealing with the repercussions.
With the leftovers of what they left you.
That's exactly right.
I can't get down with that.
I like the kitty cat, but
well, sure.
She's an asshole.
I love my grandchildren too, you know. But
but I don't want to have them for Sunday dinner on a plate. You eat.
Somebody shouldn't have been fucking in high school.
You ever
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you ever had a kid?
No.
Hey, it's Friday the 13th, and I want to remind everybody. This is killer graphic that Sean made us back in the day.
Oh yeah.
But if you've
never,
it is
Friday the 13th.
It is, and if you've never checked out,
tough luck.
Grown Man Record Night actually has a Mixcloud page. where we've
Does it really?
We've uploaded some of the mixes that we've done here, some of the one-off mixes.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a Friday the 13th mix, and I posted it to our page on the Facebook page, so go check that out.
I like to do some
I was thinking today, how cool would it be if Halloween fell on Friday the 13th?
Oh my God, people would start doing sex with werewolves.
Well, then I realized it's not possible.
Oh yeah, so you can't do that.
You got the right numbers, they're just mixed up.
Yeah. But there was a cool mix we did, the Friday the 13th mix, and I actually posted it on our Facebook page. So go check that out.
I think I'll play a mix a little later.
It's very cool. And there's also one more on there, an 80s party mix we did. I only have 2 mixes on that Mixcloud. It's mixcloud.com/Grown Man Record Night.
Okay.
So if you just Google Mixcloud Grown Man Record Night, you'll find it. But I thought about that this week, saying, it's Friday the 13th. But there's some cool stuff on there. A few things that we played tonight. A couple things we played. But, good time business. And that's what
There's a lot we meant to play tonight, wasn't there?
Yeah, but
You think about things and you're like, oh, I really need to play that. And then you kind of just...
But we do have, unfortunately, stand by. We did have, we're going to lead off a little breaking news this evening. There's been a terrible tragedy in France.
Well, yeah.
Other than their socialist medicine. But no, there's been a terrible tragedy. There's been some bombs and some shooting and all this stuff. And I actually heard earlier in the day that it was...
Got him.
There was a American heavy metal band playing at a venue, and some people got shot. A lot of people got shot.
And there was a soccer...
And a hostage thing. There's a soccer stadium, a restaurant. And I've not caught up on it here lately.
In a club or something.
Heavy metal band is what I heard.
Metal band.
And then I found out later, it's Eagles of Death Metal.
Right.
One of my favorite bands, and a lot of us here, one of our favorite bands, and especially doing new shit, and crazy. And for when I first started checking on it, the news was they could not account for all members of the band and crew, which was disheartening, of course. And
so they were attacked. It wasn't bombs set off. It was guns
and hostages and hostage situations. And we're reporting right now the latest update that we've seen from the LA Times just recently is that there's still some crew members of Eagles of Death Metal that are not accounted for, possibly deceased or injured. They're not really saying right now, but they did say all the band was able to get off the stage and be ushered off the back.
They said one has been confirmed dead.
One has been confirmed dead. We're now reporting. Jay, bring that on in here.
LA Times is reporting.
Times reporting one
crew member reported.
Over 100 reportedly killed.
This is nuts. But, and so, that's, it's part of
what's the crazy thing about this? I know that's crazy, but when I go to Google and I hit EA, Eagles of Death Metal, automatically pops up.
They're going to get so popular from this, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're not a polarizing band. They're good.
Well, they don't want to be popular either. That's the thing.
But they're a good time rock and roll band. There's nothing really crazy about them. And when even lots of
see you on the Today Show Plaza.
Yeah, really.
Lots of different people are going to be getting into them because it doesn't take much. But
apparently Josh Homme was not there, right?
He wasn't with them. We played this earlier.
Because he's on the latest album.
Death by Sexy. So we're obviously. This is a music show, and
so how many people went to this show, not only thinking they weren't going to get shot, but thinking they would also see Josh Homme?
This is true. That's
sorry to say that, but it's out there.
So obviously, everybody's thinking about the people in Paris, but this being a music show, we're thinking about Eagles of Death Metal because it's one of our favorite bands. In addition to regular people, I guess, but the French hate us anyhow. But
pray for Paris.
So Eagles of Death Metal. We're thinking about you, bros. Oh, we're thinking about you. And
you played some Eagles, didn't you?
So we played that, and man, what a crazy situation.
That's just fucked up.
But I really can't help but think. I just spit something out of my mouth. I really can't help but think how many fans are gonna pull from this situation.
You can't help but think that.
It's a bad. I mean,
because we work in stuff that's associated.
Well,
we know how jaded we are.
And we're bad people anyhow.
Well,
I'm just an awful person, but still. Man, yeah, that's crazy though. So, man, I don't know. We'll bring you more information as it comes in if we get anything during the broadcast. But that's where we stand right now, and a lot of people dead. Looks like the band's okay. Got some crew.
What time is it?
Got some crew suffering.
What was the latest update? Frank Ocean has posted the following 2 notes on his Tumblr. Love to Paris and any individual family who's lost loved ones of evil anywhere in the world.
Evil, bro. It's Billy Ocean.
No, Frank Ocean. He's the one who won the Grammy Award last year.
You won a Grammy, Jay.
No, he got political against Donald Trump.
See there?
Never mind.
All right.
Donald president in 16.
You're not on the mic, Jay.
Hey, also a little other piece of music news. Something that has nothing to do with anything we played. There was a little cryptic message coming out today. Tool is going to be making a tour in January. Tool's going to be touring around. Tour's going to be tooling. Did you call Carl about World War III?
Tool's touring?
Tool's touring. You need to call Carl about World War.
I could probably shoot myself knowing that back in '98 or '99, I think it was, Tool came to Winston, and I think they were with King Crimson.
They did tour with King Crimson.
Yeah, they did. And I could probably just go ahead and just shoot myself.
We played their after party
Over across the street.
Ziggy's.
Ziggy's.
If you had a Tool ticket, you got in to the show for
Tool
free.
ticket.
A Tool ticket for the Tool tour. What's wrong with us? First of all, I'm a rudimentary reader with low literacy skills. B.
Hey, I know you've been kind of collecting a lot of game stuff lately.
I have.
I brought my GameCube.
Well, right, I got a GameCube console.
You got a GameCube console, but you didn't get all the stuff you need to actually play it. I brought that stuff.
Sweet.
And I brought some games. I brought about 7 or 8 games, but
cool.
2 I might let you play for a while. Now,
okay.
I'm not gonna say keep. This Simpsons Hit and Run game.
Great game. I played it on PS2.
It's a great game. It's fun as heck. What I like about this game is it's a car game, driving game.
Very much like Grand Theft Auto.
It's an open world where you can go where you want to do and do what you want to do and just have a lot of fun. And Metroid Prime, I don't have the right case for this, but this is a really good GameCube game as well. We just want a couple of.
That's another one of the. It's a system that I never owned, so I've never played any of the exclusive games.
Metroid Prime is fun.
Oh yeah. That'll be cool, man. Hell yeah. We'll see if my shit works.
We'll see.
Oh, somebody says, this is your first show after the suspension for the Jars of Clay.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned Jars of Clay.
I was framed.
You were framed on that?
I was framed.
Okay.
I left work to go somewhere. I left my email open, and somebody.
No, your Facebook was open.
Something was open, and somebody got on it and started playing. Well, they posted something in my name.
I got on there, I'm scrolling through my Facebook, and there's a thing from Steve that says, "This is my jam right now." And it was a Jars of Clay song. And then Alan commented about, he produced some King Crimson stuff. And I was like,
really? He actually commented on
yeah. And I was like, well, wait a minute. What's happening? Steve posting that one actually kind of got me, because I'm like, wait a minute, he wouldn't. Because there's some Christian bands that are good. But Jars of Clay is not one of them. Let me just say, that's DC talk. You're not on the mic, Jay. Clip it to your jean jacket.
To hell with the devil.
To hell with the devil.
We got some stuff. Stay tuned. All right, let's talk about what we played.
We should.
We've baloneyed enough. We had a nice short show last week with the Bossman in the house, but I don't know. Probably won't be that.
I actually was at the club, and I think I was able to click on
The club.
one of the clips that you had already posted. And the first thing, the first frame of video is you guys both going, I don't know what happened. How long have we been on the air?
Last week?
I think so.
I know you had
So that was interesting.
Is that a
Yeah.
thrift store? box?
Sorry, I missed
A
that.
long time ago.
Are we on the air now?
We're
Check
on the
it.
air. Yeah, we checked it.
Okay.
I looked and then I checked. Started off this evening. Cameron was in town last weekend, and we were sitting around chilling on a Saturday night. And I pulled this out of the stack, "Dressed to Kill" from the band Gazaveda. Look
What?
at that guy.
Gaz Nevada.
Nevada, Steve says. Now this group is they're Italian. The only reason, okay. But that record it was VCO
Where'd you get that?
Greeno. It's from a big box of records. Greeno sent us. It's an import from Italy. And,
Was it good?
It's good. It's a very
What was it?
80s pop, but a little more almost Frankie Goes to Hollywood-ish.
Okay.
So it's poppy, but it's got some
Electronic.
yeah, and it's got some elements that are interesting to it.
Dance.
Not too dancey.
Okay. Not too
Good
dancey.
stuff. And
I thought
Appreciate-
Talking Heads.
you thought Talking Heads a little bit, man?
Actually, B-52s.
B-52s.
See their record yesterday for
I didn't. I didn't see that.
the yellow one.
I pulled out a
The yellow.
Cameraman record right after that. I dug a lot in Cameraman's stack this evening, which I hadn't done in a while. A little Jerry Mulligan meets Ben Webster. This is on the Verve. You know I love the Verve, baby. I don't know what year this is, but it's great. Jerry Mulligan is the king anyhow, and I don't know what year that is, but we played it and it sounded damn good.
He's the king of what?
It's one of Cameraman's best jazz records as far as I'm concerned
What's he
anyhow.
play?
He's a Horner. Look on there. See who's on there. Is he the piano player or is Ben Webster the piano player?
Jerry Mulligan, baritone saxophone.
Yeah, so-
Ben Webster, tenor saxophone.
Oh, they're both saxophones.
Jimmy Rawls, piano.
Oh, Jimmy Rawls is on there.
Mel Lewis, drums, and Leroy Vinegar.
I've got a Jimmy Rawls album.
Leroy Vinegar.
That's pretty cool.
Sour cat.
Remember that Jimmy
Bass.
Rawls?
He's on the bass.
That Jimmy Stan Getz presents Jimmy Rawls I have. That's got the weird piano with the cartoon
Sure.
looking.
No, not at all.
Okay. Hey, Jay brought this guy over because it's funny. Hey, speak of the devil, Ozzy Osbourne. Jay, tell me what you was telling me about this record, about how they recorded this.
The rumor has it this was recorded.
Rumor has it.
This was recorded at the Ritz in New York City, which was the club in the 80s.
It's a live album?
Yeah, it's a live. Black
Well,
Sabbath.
Speak of the
It's where he
devil.
plays Black Sabbath live.
Oh, yeah.
But it was recorded at the Ritz, and word has it Ozzy wanted it to be good, so they recorded the day of a show on stage without a crowd. It's not like they recorded like 3 in the afternoon.
Like sound check?
I guess.
And then went back and piped in the
and then
crowd.
piped in the crowd.
Thank you! Very good.
Word has it that's what the record. But it's a good
Well,
record.
Kiss,
Oh, it
was,
sounds
Kiss
great.
was good at fabricating stuff.
That's
like
the only
that.
one with what's his face from Night Ranger, Brad Gillis.
Brad
Yeah.
Gillis.
So. Good record.
Okay.
Yeah, it was killer,
Hey,
man.
you hit me to the fact that Brad Gillis wasn't a total just Night Ranger.
He shreds.
He shreds, dude.
Totally shreds. Another Cameraman record I pulled out. Jimmy McGriff and Groove Holmes, Giants of the Organ, come together. On the Groove Merchant, Metal Theologian made a comment. It's great to see the Groove Merchant label up here spinning around. This is a great one I'd forgot Cameraman had. I've got some other, obviously some Jimmy McGriff and a couple of Groove Holmes, and that may be one of my favorites. Just recorded a little tinny for my flavor. It's a little toppy.
By the way, we're watching Santa Claus Meets the Martians. Is that-
Yeah.
Meets the Martians? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's a classic.
Classic sci-fi business over in the Atari alcove going tonight. And I have to say, it's with a heavy heart that I present this next record. Not only did we have who's the one gentleman that died, but you talk about him in the meters when we talk about that.
Alan Toussaint?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he died this week. The drummer of Motorhead, what's his name?
Alan Toussaint.
Phil.
Taylor, I believe his name.
Phil Taylor. That's what Jay said, by the way. If anybody-
Maybe? I don't know. The Animal. They called me.
The Animal. He died, and man, unfortunately, I played this record tonight, Duke from Genesis, one of the first records that was ever sent to me, and it came with the stipulation that at my old copy of Duke Genesis, I had to shoot with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And our buddy that sent us that,
You showed your mom shot the video.
yeah,
Do you have it?
I don't have that.
I thought you were leading up to that. Or
No, I
something.
wasn't. I should. I should show that.
Well, you know, the funny thing about Phil Collins is talking about coming back out,
Yeah.
and not coming out, but but getting back into touring and getting back into music, and there's actually a
Kickstarter to get him to
to
not
prevent him from
Yeah.
that, which I think is whatever. I was not a fan. I was not a fan of the idea of Phil Collins. I'll tell you, but
You're ruining my somber moment.
at least, I'm sorry. Go ahead with your somber moment.
But
We're about to drink something. I don't even know
our
what
buddy
it is.
Michael Cool sent us this record, and he lost his pops yesterday.
Oh shit!
I
Dude.
see,
God
see?
damn, dude! You might want to premise this.
I'm
or
just
something.
saying.
Pre-prod meeting.
So I played. If you guys in the VC know Michael Cool, man, he lost his dad, and he sent us that record. He's one of the first people that sent us a record here on the show, and used to watch us all the time. So it's our good buddy Michael Cool.
Thanks for
We
that.
played a little Genesis dude. And we did a little tequila shot with a little man with a hat on it. Hey, kitty.
You know, it looks like
This is sponsored by El Toro.
the little building down there at south of the border. It's got a hat on.
Oh
top.
yeah, the sombrero,
Your sombrero.
which is back open again.
Speaking of which, well, that's a so to speak conversation. But I was chatting online, Metal Theologian, about actually going down there and shooting some video at the Blenheim factory. Blenheim ginger ale.
Yeah.
It's right outside of south of the border.
Hey,
Dillon.
right there at Dillon. Where my daddy's from. I swear down there where my daddy's from. Yep, you. Yep, you. Pulled another Cameraman record out. This is like, what, 3 so far. Dave Brubeck, 2 generations of Brubeck.
That's a great album.
Terrific. It's funky, man. For Brubeck, plays a lot of the classic Brubeck stuff. He's got some of his kids on there, and or his kid Chris, I think, and kills it. It's a very unique take on a lot of the Brubeck classic tunes, but much funkier. Oh, much funkier.
Paul Desmond's not on there.
By the way,
I don't
Pia Zadora is
think
the
so.
company that just ran.
Pia
Her
Zadora?
name was in the credits, yeah.
Wow, didn't know that. Hey Jay, tell us about this. You just picked
She's
up.
dead, right? She had a
This
brain
would actually be one of your dig of the week.
She died making love to Nifty Russell.
Thank you. This was my dig of the week. This is Dwight Yoakam's first record, Guitars
record.
Cadillac.
Hillbilly music.
Give me a little more of the front of that. I was covering it
So
up.
some Dwight Yoakam.
This has been on my radar though for not my short list, but it's been on my long list of records
I
for
do
a
respect
year or
Dwight
so.
Yoakam. I
Yeah.
do respect Dwight Yoakam.
And they got this in my favorite store. I saw it online, and I actually put it on hold.
Cool.
Rushed to get it.
You know, I was talking. There's a few genres of music that I'm real picky with.
Yeah, country.
Heavy music, like real heavy metal, country, and hip
Santa
hop.
Claus conquers the Martian.
Conquer. But all three of
Hip-hop.
the hip hop,
Country.
real heavy stuff, and country
Well, yeah, because they can go so totally fucking inane.
and punk. I could throw in
with
there
that
too.
with that genre.
Yeah,
You can
'cause-
get- and you can do that with any genre, really. But you're right.
Like punk, for instance. Punk is so.
You mean
so,
like Green Day?
So it's as David Frick from Rolling Stone said in the '90s. It's the kind of punk you would buy at the Gap. That's how he described Green Day, and I've never forgotten that. But no, it's punk. So much sounds the same a lot of times that it really takes a standout artist to really grab me. And those are the ones I really gravitate
Same with
towards.
hip hop.
Hip hop's the same way.
And that,
There's so
I'll tell
many-
you honestly, that's damn straight with me because I was never a fan until I got into the show and realized
Yeah.
there were some real artists out there.
Sure, there's some stuff where people that really, I mean, just like anything, that they really know what they're doing and really are bringing something to the table. Same with heavy music. You take a band like I bet I've played with 1,000 metal bands, and I bet you I've liked 5 of them, really. And I like heavy music, obviously, but you know, take a band like Between Them Buried Me, like a newer heavy metal band that still got some hollering and screaming, which I really don't get into very much anymore. But the way that they arrange their music is so phenomenal that when they do get heavy and crazy, I'm all on board. It's in the right place. It feels right. It's when it's appropriate. It just really makes it's like a big crescendo in a classical song, where it's like too much, except for that it's at that right point. If it would have been any other point in the song, you wouldn't like it, but it's in the right place.
I don't know what you're saying.
13th floor elevators, because it's Friday the 13th. This is on our mix, on our Friday the 13th
why
mix.
we played that?
On the Mixcloud Jam. Yeah.
I know both you and me were both like, this is the most awesome keyboard player ever with this cool early synth Moog. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And then we found out it's a guy blowing into a bottle.
It's so early to
But
be
it's great. It's great that he did that.
It's so early to be doing stuff like that. It's so legendary. It's like he's
But I have to
blowing a
agree. We talked about it. Once you know the guy's blowing into a bottle, you're like, okay. By the fourth song, you're like, this what? All right, dude.
bottle. Is there no song that you don't do that on? You do the same pattern. You just slow it down or speed it up.
I do love it. I do love it.
No, it's great. I mean, who don't like it? Who don't like it?
You don't like it? Go away.
Who don't like 3-4 elevators? We talked about the other dead gentleman.
Yeah, I brought a few records in honor of Paul Toussaint. I think it's Toussaint. It's
Super Newsonfold.
He was from New Orleans, of course, and he produced a lot of great bands, and he wrote a lot of great songs. He wrote Ya-Ya, which I have Ya-Ya on here. This is a mix of a bunch of original artists, but it's also a terrible recording. I don't know what, it's like taken off the radio or something.
He wrote Hey Jude and The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
No, he wrote Ya-Ya. He wrote Working in the Coal Mine.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought I had a Devo version, but I don't. I have the heavy metal soundtrack somewhere. I can't remember where the hell I put it. It should have been in soundtracks, or it should have been in wherever. It's one of those records.
We just had this conversation about organizing records.
But he also wrote Southern Nights for Glenn Campbell.
Yeah.
Southern Nights, which blows my mind. But he produced a couple albums for the Meters. He probably produced all their albums. I don't know, but I have 2 records, and he actually produced them both. We played the Meters self-titled album on Josie Records, which is so wonderful to have. A friend of mine gave that to me.
Yeah, it was in Raleigh. You had to like...
Nope. I got that record, Fire on the Mountain, from Raleigh.
That's right.
That's a reissue, 180-gram reissue. But the Meters, this is the classic that
self-titled
has been sampled by so many hip-hop artists. Sissy Strut on Josie Records, and but Alan Toussaint produced those.
You mean Okra?
You know, he also played piano on one of the, well, Paul McCartney and Linda and, well, Wings came down to New Orleans when they did Venus and Mars and recorded a lot of stuff down there. And he worked with them. I don't know that he produced, because Paul McCartney produces his own stuff.
Right.
But he worked with Paul McCartney and actually played, I think he plays piano on that song Rock Show. Rock Show!
Mm-hmm.
Long hair!
Got some pickled okra my mom made.
It's good.
It's slimy and it's
I'd like it to be a little softer.
Yeah, these haven't set very long.
Cure it
yeah,
long.
these haven't set very long.
It's good though.
And little hairs on the outside. It's like kissing an Italian
He
woman.
also produced LaBelle, like Lady Marmalade or whatever that fucking song is. Vous la coupez, je vais soir.
C'est soir. Nice.
He wrote a lot of great songs, great artist, and really great writer
Cool.
that influenced a lot of people.
Was he an older gentleman?
Who was? He died. He performed in Europe. I think it might have been France for all I know.
Haha.
And
No.
he died of a heart attack later that night after the show.
Much like Johnny Guitar Watson.
Well, not like that dramatic. Ain't that a bitch? So.
So anyhow, and the last record we played before getting on the air here is, oh my God. Oh, it's my dig of the week from last week. Yawning Man, the very first desert rock band. The first mugs to drag a generator out into the desert and play some music. Very psychedelic. Doesn't sound like Caius. Doesn't sound like Queens of the Stone Age. Doesn't sound like Fu Manchu. Doesn't sound like any of those guys.
No, it's totally different.
but very, very awesome. And I'm still stoked. I'm just as stoked to have played this tonight as I was last week. And the whole time, I just wanted to throw this up for like every song.
What album are you talking about?
The Yawning Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's, man, really killer stuff. For sure. So, you bring some records to talk about other than what we already played?
I brought a few records.
Okay, I got a few records too.
I've been away for a few weeks. I
yeah.
brought a couple records.
So let's jump on into a dig of the week because
Let's do that.
we're trying not to make the show 2 hours long like we normally do here.
Let's do that. Let's just take a show all night.
Let's do it. I do want to mention to Jay earlier, I still want to do a 24-hour Grown Man Record Night-a-thon, like for charity. And we'll set up like a Kickstarter thing, and we'll do 24 hours straight of Grown Man Record Night, where we'll like take shifts, and we'll sleep, and like Jay will do a set, and then like I'll do a set, and you'll do a set. Everybody takes turns sleeping, and we'll take all the money and we'll give it to a charity that everybody agrees on, that everybody wants to participate. I think that'd be kind of cool. And we'll do 24 hours, and we'll do a bunch of hard drugs. Hard drugs. And we'll see what happens. How many records you got, Steve?
I don't know, maybe 6. Maybe?
Okay. I probably got about that many too. I'll start off. I'll do 1 and 2, and we'll see. I'll do 2. Picked this up this week from my good buddies at Underdog Records that just recently expanded, which is very cool. So check this out. This is The Greatest of Stan Getz. It's on the Roost record. When I saw Roost down there, if it says Roost on it, I'm probably going to buy it just because I think that's a funny name. But it's an early Getz compilation. This is from like 63, I think it is. A lot of this, but it's got a lot of that early Getz Roost stuff. That's
You just had to Getz it, didn't you?
I had to Getz it because I was sitting on the Roost. And Getz is somebody that I really don't have a whole lot of. Just a little bit in my collection. And I know it's that's a cool cover. Look how neat that cover is. That's some colors and some shapes I enjoy.
Oh, I love that. I love that record.
Yeah. And it was for a good price.
I have that. I don't have that good
You
a
got that
copy,
one?
though.
Really?
Yeah.
You got that one?
I have that one!
Oh, no. This was in the Underdog Picks section. When I asked Jonathan, the owner, about it, and he said he really enjoys this record. This is Focus Hamburger Concerto. And,
I don't have that one.
I will say that the fact that it says hamburger on it made me want it a little more.
I have 3.
I have Focus 3. And I asked Jonathan specifically, where does this rank in terms of Focus 3? And he was like, well, it's a little more, and he kind of hem-hauled around. He's like, I like it better than Focus 3, personally. And I was like, for real? And it was only like $2. It says VG minus, but I know it's going to sound okay. Because he grades stuff like that. Jonathan's records at VG minus I'll buy all day long. Especially for a couple bucks.
Right.
So, interested to give that a spin.
You're at 1 bar.
One bar
for the
camera?
battery? Okay.
You got another one ready?
I got another one ready.
Okay. I'll do one.
Yeah, do one. Do one, Steve.
So, up in Galax, Virginia, which is about half an hour, 45 minutes.
I feel like you want to say Gaelic.
45 to an hour from here.
Yeah.
North of here in Virginia.
You want another one?
Southern Virginia. Sure. They put on every year a fiddlers convention.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times it's hosted by our friend Lou Bodie,
It's
who
true.
we work with.
I'm poured over this rhyme.
He, anyway, folks get together and play, and it's a competition, and they have the winner of the solo competition, whatever. It's a fiddlers convention is what it is. A lot of pickers.
A lot of grinners.
Well, our friend Jonathan had a bunch of the records. There's a
I saw him
fella
up there.
who records the winners, and he brings them into his studio,
I like your hat.
which happens to be right behind a store that I shoot commercials for, Harmon's. You know
that's right
Harmon's?
there?
They sell cowboy hats and cowboy boots and jeans.
Great store.
Right behind it.
Y'all sure do have a lot of boots.
Right behind it is a place where the wife sells plastic crap that you would have at a wedding reception. But the guy,
You mean bridesmaids?
the guy is the
Bitches be tripping, right?
is the man that records the bands.
Oh.
and he brings them to that place and down the basement. But I know of this place because I was in Galax, and I said, I was asking,
looking for a record store.
I said, is there a record store anywhere around here? And
that.
they're like, you need to go see so-and-so. He's got a lot of records. So I went out there, and I met the wife, and I said, I heard your husband has a lot of records. She's like, yeah, but I don't think he wants to sell them. So I know where it's at. But anyway, so the reason I wanted to pick one of these up is we have a good friend, a mutual friend, Ralph McGee. He's a great mandolin player. His
banjo
brother,
player,
Rex
and
McGee,
guitar player.
is a serious bluegrass musician.
And a hell of a guy.
Rex McGee, Bella Fleck said Rex McGee is the best banjo player he's ever heard.
Absolutely.
We're talking Bella Fleck said that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Friends of ours.
this is a sealed copy of the 1986 Galax Fiddlers Convention, and in it, if you'll flip this around, sir, on side 2 is a song called Golden Slippers, and the performer is a man named Ralph McGee, who happens not to be
It's not the Ralph we know.
our friend Ralph, but it's his grandpa.
It's his grandpa.
We're pretty sure.
Yeah.
They call him Old Timer. If you flip back around to the front cover, there's a man standing in the corner looking on, and I think that's him, because I saw a video on YouTube of him, and he looks just like the old man standing there. Him.
Yeah.
That's Old Timer. I'm not other side.
Other side.
Other side.
There you go.
Yeah, that guy right there.
Yeah.
I think that's Old Timer.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I had to have it. That was a sealed copy of this.
We got
album.
somebody on here saying they heard Rex McGee on NPR last week. That's Cameraman. That's Cameraman.
That's Cameron. Yeah, Cameron said he's heard him on somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rex is
He's no joke, man.
no joke
If
at
you
all.
can ever find Rex McGee's solo creations for banjo,
All the McGees are just excellent musicians.
but that record, that record specifically,
What's it called?
Solo Creations for Banjo.
Solo
if you guys are
Creations.
interested, I'll post a link, or maybe I'll rip it. And if you can't find it, maybe I'll rip it and give it to you. I mean, because I don't think it's very easy to find. It's the
Probably
only reason I
not.
say that. Normally, I'd say give them the money, but I don't. It may be out of print. And I thought Ralph was a buddy I met when I first got into television. We're both PAs, and one morning he was like, he talked. He's a funny guy, real country. And he's like,
Y'all go to breakfast together.
he would
wouldn't
always
you?
talk about, I'm gonna go up here to Gravy Town, and he kept talking
Gravy
about
Town?
Gravy Town. And then and I kept thinking like, damn, that's my man right there. He's saying the Gravy Town. And he walked over here one morning. And I didn't really know him, and he was like, "What you saying, Mike? You like gravy?" And I was like, I like gravy. And he was like, "You want to go up here, ride up here to Gravy Town?" with
Gravy
me?"
Town.
And I was like, "I want to ride to Gravy Town." And so I went and got in this guy's car, and it's an old Buick, and we went up there and
Where's Gravy Town?
Biscuitville.
Oh, hell.
So we'd go up there to Biscuitville early after our 3 a.m. shift. We would go. Our break was at 9 in the morning. We'd go up there and get us a gravy biscuit. And as we learned each other's mannerisms and what each other's was into, music being a little bit of something, some other stuff being some other, we got to know each other pretty well. And,
Sure.
And one day he was like, I said, "Hey, what's this CD down here in the floorboard, Rex McGee?" And he's like, "Oh, that's my brother's CD. I tell you what, take that on home with you." And I'm like, no. And he's like, "No, take that on home with you." And I knew they were bluegrass players.
Oh, yeah.
And so I took it home with me, and I expected this thing to be like, "Hey, something hard, because I know how stuff sounds around here. I put this thing on, it blew my fucking mind. It was
Right.
like classical music on a banjo.
Yeah.
Some stuff sounded Gaelic, some stuff a little more traditional Americana. Other stuff was nothing short of classical.
Now, Bella Flex
music.
put out a CD, like, I have it, but I think Rex's stuff came out before that. But, you know, it was Ralph McGee. I will say this. It was Ralph McGee's performance that we were at, not together, but we were at when you had a bottle of liquor.
I had a bunch of bottles of liquor.
It was a BYOB thing, and you had a
It
bottle
wasn't supposed to be. It was a coffee house.
that fell out and rolled down because it was on an incline, and this shit rolled down.
I think I just told this story.
I
right?
think you did.
I stood up.
But that was at Ralph McGee's show.
Yeah, all my Kahlua bottles fell out of my
I'll
pocket.
say this: he has a bluegrass band that actually plays like rock and roll covers.
Dixie
and-
Broadway.
Dixie Broadway. They play a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, I know. I just recently reconnected with Ralph.
But I digress. So
Maybe we'll have him on the show one of these days. We need to have Ralph down here.
So I'm thinking about actually giving this to Ralph if he doesn't have it, because
popped the seal yet?
I haven't popped it yet.
Okay, cool.
But I'd like to play it actually.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway.
Let me do one.
Okay.
Check this shit out. Striper.
I like your prim. Check this shit out.
Striper, to hell with the devil. What? I mean, you trying to get further away or closer to the Lord? Because here's what I'll tell you about it. After developing an unrivaled following with its debut, the Yellow and Black Attack, and 1985's Tour de Force, Soldiers Under Command, to hell with the devil is Striper's strongest statement yet.
Is that a 180-gram reissue?
No, it's a hype sticker. It's an old. Jay, tell us about this record. Jay actually picked this record up. I don't remember what year this is, but like I said earlier, you can't talk about Jars of Clay with some Christian rock.
It's just this offering cover.
You can talk about Striper.
Hey, bring me that album I bought for you.
Yeah, this is it's a killer record. 86, hair metal. I mean, look at those guys.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It is one of the better hair metal records, and it's a Christian record.
Sure.
So whatever. Do one.
Hey, I was out.
Steve.
I was out at one of the used bookstore in our area, Ed McKay.
Yeah.
And I came across some Zeppelin albums that I have, but I thought you guys might want. So I texted you both, and I was like, hey, they've got 3, they've got Houses, and they've got Physical Graffiti. And they were like 10 and 8 and 8. And then I didn't hear back from your ass, but I did hear back from Jay, who said pick up Physical if it's, it seemed to be in good shape. And I went home and listened to it, by the way. And I picked up this copy of Physical Graffiti for Jay. Looks like the real deal. I don't know. I didn't do any research on it, but I listened to it and it sounds great. There's a little surface noise on maybe a couple of sides, but a couple of sides were near perfect. So I just love that album, and I love for people to have that album.
Yeah.
Because
I don't have Physical Graffiti.
You should. You really should. I have that deluxe version that came out recently. I need to get a few more deluxe versions, hopefully. I'll do one more while you're doing that.
Yeah,
so also at Jonathan's, I was able to get a copy. Now I have the American release of this record, which is "Help" by the Beatles.
I don't have.
But the American one has a few songs, and it has a lot of score music on it, which is not all that great. But this is this is a 71 reissue. Parlophone. Is it Parlophone? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, it is.
Because I've had a few drinks, but.
Yeah, Steve.
This is a Parlophone reissue from '71 of Help, and I was really stoked to get a copy of this because I don't have it. I have it on CD, but we Americans don't have the real deal when it comes to albums like Help. Do they? The one in Greensboro.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
One in Greensboro. One more I'll say while I got at Jonathan's was Rush's third release, Caress of Steel, which I did not have. It's in probably it's a 1985 reissue.
Oh, okay, but it's not the
according to Jonathan's VG++ vinyl.
Oh, if he's saying that, man, it probably comes with a peanut butter cup.
I love peanut butter cups.
I'm not sure what that means.
So I'm really stoked about that. Can't wait to listen to it. I have it on my iPod, but I don't think I've actually listened to it very often. Yeah, up to 2112. Yeah, it's like.
I'd like to have that first one that doesn't have Neil Peart on it.
Oh, it's a great album.
It's great. Hey, I picked this up, and you said this is something.
And actually, I'll say this: last week, sorry to cut you off.
Nope. No,
last week, a band called Fly By Night opened for us at After Hours. So it was a Rush band and then a Zeppelin band, and they did really well. They're a great band. And the thing that blows my mind is the lead singer who plays bass, who plays keyboards, who does the whole Geddy Lee thing, is blind.
Huh.
He's blind.
Blonde?
Blind.
Oh.
No, you can't see. So
because of all his blonde hair.
It just blows my mind that I mean, maybe it shouldn't blow my mind. Whatever. What? He stands up. He's got all kinds of stuff to help him kind of know where he orientate himself. So, how do you pee?
Just like you guys.
I like to sit down when I pee.
Well, it's convenient.
I call it taking a Brando.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peter Bogdanovich came by the station. No, actually, Peter Bogdanovich told a story one time about Marlon Brando coming to visit him, or he was going to. No, he came to visit Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando said, "Hey, come on back here. I'm in the back of the house." So Peter Bogdanovich goes to talk to Brando, and Brando's sitting on the toilet. He's like, "Ah, I didn't know you were taking a shit, dude. No, I'm just peeing." And he's like, "Oh, what are you talking about? You're just peeing." He goes, "No, I like to sit down when I pee. It just relaxes me, whatever."
Are you making brown?
And so he wasn't making brown. He was just peeing.
Or just lemonade.
So I call it taking a Brando. And I actually met Peter Bogdanovich a few years ago at the station.
Did you ask him about it?
Because he's a emeritus, whatever, professor at School of the Arts. And I wanted to ask him I really enjoyed his talking about taking a Brando, you know, but I never got around to it.
Yeah.
He was more interested in
our assignment.
He was more into the assignment editor, who he tried to invite to go have breakfast with him, and he also said he looked like his daughter, which I thought was real creepy. If you've seen our assignment editor,
I'm not saying anything.
I'll drink to that.
No, I can't say anything.
What you got? You got something I got.
Oh.
I'm glad you got it, because that's a good record.
I've got affinity for rape, Steve. What did I say? Before. We're in break, right?
Are we in break?
We're in break?
Are we on the air?
Yeah, we'll come back.
No, we came back.
Record, take two.
Here we go.
Grown Record is brought to you by the live studio audience.
Albert Collins, Cold Snap. Now, you got this record, Steve.
Alligator Records.
Alligator Records. Jimmy
Yes, sir.
McGriff's on this shit. It's got a little horn section.
This record is so good. There's a song. Let's see. I'll tell you right now. I ain't drunk. I'm just drinking.
Nice.
But also Too Many Dirty Dishes. You got to listen to this song. He plays on his guitar like, there's a lot of dirty dishes, so I wash them dishes. Like, he's like scratching on the strings, you know.
Hey, I'll tell you a little background on this. It came out in 80s.
He's a Chicago blues musician.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
80s. He's got a really cool Ernie Ball signature Music Man guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks. I don't know. But no, check this out. A little background on this.
He's one of Clapton's heroes, I think.
That record received, released shortly after, good reviews, received a Grammy nomination for Best Traditional Blues Recording of 1987. So it was fairly well received, for sure. I got two more.
I've never seen that before in my life.
What you got?
Let me do one, and then you do a couple, and I'll do a couple. Then I happened to go back to Ed McKay, because sometimes it's good just to go back. I got the Cult Love.
Aren't you a big Cult fan, Jay?
I like the Cult. This is the one that's got She Sells Sanctuary.
No.
Really.
No.
But no, great album. Just when it comes to 80s, this is on the top end of some of the 80s music that was out there. I just love the Cult, and what I love is that this fucking boot stomping, grabbing the mic stand, and it's like, you know, what's the singer for the Cult? Ian Astbury.
He did that album with Boris.
One of the best bands I've seen live.
I got a lot of respect for the Cult.
One of the best bands I've seen live.
Thank you.
Jay said.
So what else you got?
I picked this up yesterday at Underdog. The Bride of Funkenstein.
The Bride of Funkenstein.
And
I'm not familiar with this.
I saw this cover and I'm like, oh, that's Funkadelic or Parliament.
It's George Clinton, right?
But I knew it was at least George Clinton. I looked at the back and I'm like, oh shit, this is Clinton. It's 78, but it's the Brides.
Well, what's that one? What's that one? It's like, oh, that's Dr. Funkenstein, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the deal here.
That's the deal.
the background on this guy is previously background singers for Sly Stone.
Okay.
Mabry and Sylvia joined P-Funk Collective in the mid-'70s. George Clinton named the group based on the storyline and characters from the Parliament album of Clones of Dr. Funkenstein.
The clones of I have like 2 copies of
The
that.
Brides provided vocals for the 1977 album Game, Dame, and Guitar Things by P-Funk guitarist Eddie Hazel. Clinton produced the Brides' debut album, Funk or Walk, which is this guy here.
This looks like a big
For
star.
Atlantic in '78. It was a success, selling over 300,000 copies within the first week.
Did
Disco to Go was
Big
big
Star
hit.
did Big Star play on this record?
No, I don't think so.
It looks like they're low.
But when I picked this up and I brought it up, there was $4. And I'll tell you what now, I cut my teeth on Grown Man Record Night by buying funk records, and it's been a long time since I bought a good funk record. No, it's been a while. Because I kind of run out and they're always beat up, and you just don't see.
There are a lot of parties around funk records.
And I don't want the ones that have one jammer on it and 9 slow songs.
Right.
And I've kind of had to stay away from that, Lakeside.
You know who you are.
Slave. So I feel like I just called somebody out by doing that.
Cameo.
I don't mean to. But no, when I brought this up to pay for it, because I just heard actually that song Disco to Go, which was a big hit. I heard a little clip in my ear and I'm like, nope, I'm buying it. And when I took it up there, the owner of the store was like, I'm so glad somebody's buying this. This is such a great record, and it's been here for a couple of weeks, and I can't believe nobody's bought it. I'm so stoked to pick this up.
So it's not a Funkadelic record.
No.
It's the artist that associated with
Yeah,
George.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, let's see who's on it, or maybe not. How many more you got?
2, but I can't talk about one without talking about the other.
Okay, well then I'll do my last one. My last one I've got here is now. I'll admit, a few weeks ago I watched that Keith Richards documentary. Keith Richards documentary on
I haven't
Netflix.
seen that. I haven't watched that.
Pretty good.
I like Keith. I like the Rolling Stones.
Admittedly, not the biggest Rolling Stones
Not my
fan.
favorite band,
Not
but
mine.
I appreciate them. I did see the live performance they did with Clinton in the audience, whatever it was. As old as they are, is still they freaking perform fantastic.
One of the best shows I've ever seen.
I'm much more of a Rolling Stones fan now than I was 5 years ago, for sure.
Okay.
Same with the Grateful Dead. I've talked about that before. Rolling Stones is one of those that I think last week we played Some Girls, and because I'd watched that documentary, and I'm like, yeah, Keith Richards is like, he knows how to bring it.
I will say, Let It Bleed is one of my favorite.
And fidelity-wise, they tend to put
One
out
of
some
my
great
favorite
sounding
albums.
records.
Let It Bleed.
So anyhow, long story short, I picked up It's Only Rock and Roll. It's the 12th British and 14th American studio album, released in '74. It was the last album for guitarist Mick Taylor, and you could kind of tell how it was starting to kind of tip over
Is it on
to
London Records?
Ron Wood. I know it.
Rolling Stone
Rolling Stone,
Records.
yeah.
Oh, so it was on a Rolling Stones record.
It's got a firmer rock sound, according to the web. Rather than the previous album, which was more funk and soul, like Goat's Head Soup, more funk and soul kind of stuff. This is more rock, straight ahead rock. Reached #1 in the U.S., #2 in the U.K. So I kind of sampled it, and I tell you what really sold me on this is, especially because I'd previewed a few other records previous to this on this little listening station in the record store. When I put this one on, the fidelity blew me away. It sounded amazing through the headphones.
Billy Preston plays on it, by the
Really?
way. Yeah.
Cool.
That's so cool, man.
But it was the fidelity
And
really blew me
and
away.
Too Proud to Beg's on
And
here
it was
also,
like,
by the way.
$5. So I'll.
So what? So
Monkey Man.
no, Monkey Man's on Let It Bleed. Thank you very much. My
Jay.
favorite record.
Come on, Jay.
I'm a monkey.
God.
So anyway, I went back to Ed McKay, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I'm sifting through some records, and I come across one. I'm like, what? And I kind of look at it, and I look at it again, and I was like, what? No way. It's a Butthole Surfers record on vinyl.
Whoa.
Called Cream Corn. I was like, I don't know anything about this, but what it is, Cream Corn from the Socket of Davis. It's an EP from '86. It was like $6. I'm like, I'm not going to
Nice.
pass on that. It's $6. I'm not passing on that. And then I look a little further,
Yeah.
And there's another record there from
Okay.
the Butthole Surfers. But this one's a little earlier.
Oh.
It's from '83.
83 Butthole Surfer.
This is their first EP.
Oh my God, dude.
This has got that one. It's like, you got to hear this shit because it blew my. When I first heard it back in the day, it just blew my mind. It's like, you know, something I don't believe in this. I don't believe in God. The last shit I took was pretty fucking odd. This is the Butthole Surfers from 1983. It's an EP.
What label's that on?
It's on Alternate Tentacles.
Okay.
The same one that put out the Dead Kennedys.
Yeah.
That I have. I was real happy to get these, just ecstatic. But here's the story behind that.
That cover.
So cream corn was $6.
Okay, now Steve.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
This is incriminating.
Butthole Surfers. It didn't have a price on it. It didn't have. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do, Jay? Get a mic on it.
Nobody
and tell me
knows what you're saying, Jay.
what you
I
would
ran
do.
across the same thing. It wasn't a record I wanted, but it had the old price, like the original tag.
Well,
on it. It said
this
like
has
$6.99.
something. But what do you do? Okay, so here's what I did.
Here's what Steve did.
I determined that cream corn was $6, right? So I looked around to find something that had a price, like a sleeve that had a price on it, and I found one that was like $6.
You're driving the local stores out of business.
Steve works for Amazon part-time.
So I decided that it was probably worth about $6. It's an EP.
It is an EP. I mean, there's no argument there that it's an EP, Steve.
That's like $25.
I bet.
I
I
should have
bet.
probably had it.
I don't know what they had these sitting out. Usually they put, the funny thing is this place, if it's a decent record, they put it in this like wooden box and you can't even touch it.
So terrible.
Which is crazy.
It's
I mean,
stupid.
anyway. So I was really glad. I think just to let you know, I think we should play this after the show.
Of course we should. And secondly, to follow up that
Did you
story,
show the little peni on here? Yeah.
following up that story, fuck them. That's what I say. Fuck them. You know why? Because I'm an asshole. And fuck them. That's why.
PP the Sailor.
That's pretty cool. God, we're about to kill this. So that's awesome. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come back with a legendary. I got something to talk about, so to speak. That's a game changer. Now we got to do this shot in between. You want to do this shot? You make me do both of them. I'll do them.
I can do it if you want.
All right. So we'll do a shot in this in the meantime here, but come back with us here on Grown Man Record Night, where we're so damn glad to be with you here. And you guys go make a quick call if you have to. Use 1010-220. Alf Hulk Hogan says that's what the deal is. So we'll be right back here on Grown Man Record Night. So stay tuned or I'll kill you. Seriously.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better, Mentos fresh and fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Can I try it first, Mom? Well, please. All right.
A new generation of affordable cellular phones at an incredible price breakthrough from Radio Shack, the technology store.
Hi, Daddy, it's me.
And now there's a totally portable phone at a price we dare the competition to beat.
Yes, we can. Okay, be there soon.
Radio Shack, the first name in cellular telephone technology.
What you wanna see, it's gotta be something great on TV. What you wanna see, you're gonna find it the way it should be. Just one look and you know it. The difference is here as we show it. American Cablevision. What
galaxy. Some good, some bad, mostly bad. It was rough, really rough. I mean, they needed 1,000 lawmen. They got one. But you know, it was enough. You might have heard of him. Brave Star.
Brave Star, weekday mornings at 6:30 on TV 21.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Grown Man Record Night. How was that for a little treat? There at the end of our commercial break, played a little of our buddy that we're talking about, Ralph McGee.
We were just talking about Ralph.
Mississippi Blues, I think that's what that is. Tennessee Blues. Tennessee Blues.
You know, I asked Ralph, I said, why don't you teach me how to play that mandolin? And he said, oh, you know how to play it.
All you got to do is pick it up and just...
I was like, come on, dude.
First time somebody asked him, it's like, oh, you're Ralph McGee. I was like hanging out with him, and I had no idea who he was. And they were like, I heard you can really tear up a mandolin. Oh, I strang a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I went to a music store with this cat, and we walked in, and I'm like, oh, look at that pedal, and look at this, and I played a couple of guitars, like, oh, that's a pretty nice one, whatever. And he's like, oh, look here, Mike, I got him a Gibson mandolin up there behind the counter. Hey, can I see that Gibson mandolin up there? They reached that thing down off the thing, and he tore into that thing, and I'm like, I'm officially never going with you to a store again. You make me look like a fucking 4-year-old. But anyhow, really cool. So we're getting into it, so to speak. I'm glad to get into this one. Before we get into the main event this evening, I want to talk about something that happened to me this week. If you follow us on the Facebook page, which you should, unless you're a neo-Cartheist. Is that a thing? That sounds like a thing. I picked up, I'm a big, during the week especially, there's a few places around that'll have like any size fountain soft drink, 69 cents.
Any size.
And one, Wilco Hess, now known as Speedway, will do a 52 ounce, known as the Avalanche, that I talked about making into a speaker on one of the episodes.
52 ounce.
For 69 cents. And then in this week, I found this one, the Holy Grail. 64 ounces. And I posted this. This is not camera tricks. Look, I wear a size 12 shoe, okay? Look at that.
Will it fit in a drink holder?
No, it won't fit in anything. Look how big this is. Seriously, I won't make you hold my shoe.
No, you don't want to hold that shit.
No, my feet don't stink, but they smell good. Oh my God, it smells.
By the way, I think somebody posted a picture of an ass on our show recently. It was not me.
It's Jay's ass.
It was Jay.
Jay's aspirin bottle. Anyhow, I found this. I posted a picture of this bucket. I've named this the Bucket of Truth.
The Bucket of Truth. Somebody named it a cup of diabetes or something.
And I said there's a caption contest for this. And I'll read you some of the best caption contest on this. Let's see here. Our buddy Zach Coiner says, doing big time business for sure. That is big. That should be named the big time business.
Man, the logos is all over. It takes forever to get to the other side of it.
Our buddy Don Crom says, I swear, officer, I've only had one rum and Coke. Because the picture I posted was this. Stand by. Now you can. This is the picture I posted.
So that's the picture.
And this is what people were capturing and captioning.
You mean miming?
Miming. Don Crom says, I swear, officer, I've only had one rum and Coke. Our good old buddy Dr. Deadwack says, ladies and gentlemen, Coca-Cola is proud to present the newest addition to our product line, Instant Diabetes in a Cup. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
And then we had a couple others. And here's the others here.
People got creative.
Of course, Metal Theologian.
Of course.
Of course.
Why not?
Threw this up. Share if you agree. I may make that. I may make that a tattoo on my back. To be honest
Share
with
if
you.
you agree.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, he really loves that website, by the way.
That is a great website.
It is a great website.
It's so awesome.
It is very, very fun.
I love confusing squares.
The funny thing is, people look at it and go, oh, "I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Is the bug supposed to be his daddy? I don't get it. I don't get it." And then, along these same lines, our buddy Chris Brzezinski,
okay,
from Dixieland Farm,
right down the road,
posted this one.
What does it say?
What? Never drank your pea cup before? So yeah, we appreciate everybody joining.
Nice.
Joining in on the fun with the captioning thing there. But yeah, this really is the holy grail
of
drinks.
liquid refreshment.
You know what's even crazier is you could go back and refill this for 85 cents. Because the 64 ounces is not good enough. You can refill this for 85 cents. Look how big this is. It's amazing. I'm not.
So if you went no ice.
Oh my! It's a 2 liter.
You could get for.
It's 3 ounces of a 2 liter.
64 ounces, right?
Yeah, 2 liter 67. That's a 2 liter.
128 ounces for $2.50 probably. Bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it makes you pee in your. But
a gallon?
Dude.
A gallon? I don't know.
Bossman said that earlier.
I've been drinking.
Yeah. Don't be asking.
Are we talking about sodas tonight?
What's this deal here?
Well, I had a commercial shoot at one of our Greensboro grocery store that's known for its wall of beer. Also, I've gotten some really cool sodas there. They have a lot of great North Carolina local products, but they also have a really interesting. That's where we did the Kitty Piddle.
That's right, Kitty Piddle soda.
Kitty Piddle came from there, as well as some other things. But I picked up this week a few sodas, and we'll talk about those later because one's more seasonal. But we're not ready for not ready for the season yet.
Stay tuned for your holiday Red Cup edition.
But we got this one here. We've done some birch beers.
We've done a few
which
birch.
Is a soda. This is a blueberry birch from Reading Draft, which I imagine is in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I've been to the Reading Aircraft
Handcrafted
Museum.
since 1921. I don't know much more about it other than that. So it's got pure cane sugar.
Sweet. You see what I did there? I just got my period, Steve.
This is a blueberry birch soda.
Blueberry birch.
Which the birch sodas are kind of like colas, but kind of like root beer.
Root beer. Sarsaparilla root beer.
Try that. That's a blueberry birch. That's very interesting. I like that.
What are you doing in Reading, Pennsylvania?
Smoking.
Freelance.
Cigarettes.
For RJR.
Shooting people that love cigarettes.
That's good.
What do you think about that? It's heavy though.
It is, but it's a good combination of a root beer. It's like a fruity root beer.
A fruity root beer. A fruit beer.
It tastes like a fruit stripe root beer.
A fruit stripe root beer.
I just did a dump in my pants. Fruit stripe root beer. Oh, I bet the flavor lasts longer than that. Did you see me?
Interesting conversation on the chat earlier about a soda that I don't think we have here.
Really?
Yeah, that Metal Theologian says he's drinking tonight. Gator Pop.
Oh.
Is it Gator Pop?
Gator Pop.
I don't think we get that here.
Music ended? Hang on. Yeah. All right.
Let me do this one record on it.
Nope. Talk, Steve.
So, Reading Draft. We're assuming that's Reading, Pennsylvania.
Does it say that on there?
We had intended on Josh Homan to be here tonight. In his absence, we're going to show you a jean vest. Yeah.
Okay.
You working some music up there over there? Got it working?
Oh, yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Oh, you showing my driver's license.
We're up to like an hour and 15 right now.
No, we're good. We're good.
So that was...
Look at Jay's driver's license. He looks like a pedophile. Swamp Pop, he says.
I said Gator Pop. It's Swamp Pop.
Swamp
You're right.
Pop.
Sorry about that.
That's good, though.
Fuck the Gators.
Almost a very back end, like almost a full minute after drinking it.
Yeah.
Cotton candy.
A little cotton candy, a little sweet cotton candy flavor to it.
Kind of the cotton candy kind of sticks with you a little bit. Very cool.
It was good.
That's a good soda.
It's nice when you don't drink these kind of things every day. You know, you come
absolutely.
to them and step into them. You're like,
hey,
okay, I can appreciate that.
That's like my cup. You know, everybody was talking about diabetes or whatever. That's a diet soda. Now, granted, that's way too much caffeine and way too much soda in general. But during the week, I don't ever drink regular sodas. I'm a diet soda guy. But on the weekends, I like to have a cold beer and a bottle of party liquor or two and a regular soda.
Let's talk about chips.
We got a chip. Well, you know what chips we're gonna do?
Yeah, man, sure.
Okay. What are we doing about it?
Let's talk about this one. When I brought this bag in,
oh wow, okay.
Everybody that I saw was just like, what? You know, because it's like, what? I mean, I've seen some pepper, some pepper.
This is from Louisiana. So.
That soda's from Louisiana,
okay.
And it's not from Pennsylvania.
Oh, breaking all of it.
The Reading soda is from Pennsylvania. It's from Louisiana.
It's from Louisiana.
It says Reading, Pennsylvania. Brewed and bottled at Reading Draft.
Oh no, he's talking about the other one. The other one, the Gator one. Or
the Gator Pop.
I bet it, Gator Pop.
Swamp Pop.
Swamp Pop.
Sure, Louisiana. Why not? What the hell?
I'm gonna flip this desk over.
Do it.
All right.
Anyway, I picked up a chip at the same place I picked up some sodas.
Oh.
And it's a really cool chip because it's, we like spice, we like some shit, and this is,
that's the real sriracha.
This is the real thing. This is the original sriracha hot chili sauce kettle cooked potato chip.
How'd they do that? No, that's the real bottle.
That's the real bottle. I don't know, man. So that pop company, what's it called?
Yeah, but you would think it would take a major brand to really bring that.
Pop Gourmet has gotten a hold of the sriracha guy.
But you would think it would take a major brand
like a Lay's
or something.
Nah, man. There's.
Okay.
Okay.
Think they're gonna be real spicy.
Looking in the bag, the chips start right there. By the way. You never had sriracha? What? Where you been, man?
I imagine I'd like it. I mean, I don't see the reason why I would.
Well, these are kettle chips, first of all.
That's what he said, dummy.
These are kettle chips.
You showed the bag?
Yeah.
A little garlicky.
Pretty mild, though.
Pretty mild for that kind of chip. What are they doing?
I mean, you think you're good. You're gonna get a good kick in the pants.
Very potato-ish.
Much more potato than spice.
I like them, but
I like them. Way surprising. Because sriracha is not one to be subtle about their flavor.
no, it'll hit you right in the face if you're not careful.
It's great though. I'm not adverse to that. Oh, there's one that's spicy.
Okay.
Not crazy. Almost hot barbecue-ish.
It is a hot barbecue. I mean, sriracha really is a hot barbecue. Especially in this aspect, it's not so just sriracha. There's something else going on there. There's a little barbecue spice, a little sweet.
Garlic.
A little garlic, a little sweet. And then there's a sriracha pow.
I had one that was much hotter than the other one for some reason. One chip was much hotter than the others.
And you stuck that up your butthole.
I did.
Popcorn Made's a pretty big brand, I think.
What?
You're a big brand, Jay.
Popcorn Made's a pretty big brand.
God, I hope Eagles of Death Metal isn't dead.
They're not.
They're not
They're all
dead?
safe.
One of their crew members might be dead, though.
Oh, I hope it's not Hutch.
Was he the sound guy?
Yeah, the long-haired sound guy with the glasses. I hope Hutch isn't dead.
He might be dead.
Fuck, man. Should we take another shot because of it?
No.
No?
I better not.
No, probably not. All right.
I gotta go home.
We gotta go?
We're gonna play some GameCube.
Let me see if my GameCube works. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us for Grown Man Record Night. Be sure to check out our
These are
Facebook.
spicy.
They're spicy. Check out our Facebook page. I've been posting more and more stuff because I got time because my life is ridiculous. Also, put Mitchum under your underarms. If you don't, I'll get mad about you.
Keep it moist.
Do it or I'll get mad about you. You want to go to hell, do you? Look who uses it. You want to go to hell? You want to go to hell? You want to go to hell? Use something that, use speed stick. Go to hell.
I will say the tail end of that chip has some heat.
Little burn.
Has some heat to it.
Little burn. Go to hell. Use speed stick. See what happens. Check our YouTube channel. That's where these all end up. Of course, Sir Son.
Probably within minutes.
Within minutes, because we're so fast about it.
Efficient. We have a lot of PAs working on it.
We got it. We got it. So I'll tell you what. We're going to end it right here. Have a great night. This is a great night. It's been a good time of music time business and fellowship and camaraderie. And that's what it's all about, baby. It's what it's all about.
I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, man. It's good to have the crew back in effect and no baloney going on.
Got a lot of holiday shit coming up, so
Yeah.
who knows how often I'll be here. But
schedules will be... I found out I got to work Black Friday. Nope.
When Black Friday
Nope, see,
comes.
I about did... nope.
You went into blackface.
Is Black Friday after Thanksgiving this year?
It's
Jay
right
said
after-
something funny, but he's not on the mic, so no one knows.
Black Friday's going to fall right after Nipsey Russell's birthday. Thanks for joining us for Grown Man Record Night. For Jay the Curbist and Steve Fever, I'm Mikey. Buck Bananas. We'll check you next week on a brand new episode of our legendary internet program that we like to call Grown Man Record Night. Look at that bitch's titties, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, she's hot.
And we'll see you then. We love you. We love you, bro.
Let's hear some butthole surfers.
There's a time to